What's up, friend? You are you interested in lack of skill? Yeah. Or maybe some suck. I'm just a new guy for the love of game. We gon' go, I know it's bad. Times have changed, but not by mad. Don't you know that games are my thing? Yeah, I know it's getting real late. Come on, look at me. I even do storytelling. Also podcasts on great game subjects. Okay, yeah, I'm not a Markiplier or a PewDiePie. But hey, that's what makes me so unique, right? Right? Hey, hello everybody. Welcome to another episode of The Niko Show. Yeah, guess what? We brought the soundboard back. Isn't that exciting? So you get to hear all the mechanical key pressing, you could ever ask for. Anyway, folks, I am your host, NikoTheLegend. How are you? I hope you're all doing well. If not, well, I got something to say.
Stop right there, criminal scum.
There you go. Stop right there, criminal scum. Okay, just stop in your tracks. Are you listening to me mid-wipe? Stop in your tracks. Are you listening to me mid-sex? Definitely stop in your tracks. Are you listening to me mid-arrest? Maybe stopping in your tracks is usually the proper way to do this. So we are on our next episode, and a lot of you might be not interested in this topic just because I've been talking about Pokemon for a while now. I guess because I'm playing the new. Well, there's a reason. I've been playing the new Pokemon Legends Arceus game. Okay. So that's the main inspiration, and we'll get into that a little bit later once we get past the random articles, the weird news, and then me just doing shameless plugs. But anyway, hey, if anybody, our last episode we talked about the movie Her, and I don't ever really do analytical or analysis or discussion or whatever you want to call like that, especially for a movie. So if you did like that, let me know. I know the YouTube part of it doesn't have many views, but for anybody who did watch it, I appreciate it. Let me know what you think about it. That'd mean a lot if when all else fails, right? I kind of wanted to just do a different spin on the Niko Show because I usually do talk about only nerdy stuff. And that that podcast went for a while. It was a different approach, and I'm glad I did it. Just to kind of get out of my comfort zone. Something that maybe you guys can relate more with yourselves, because not everybody here watching or listening is a gamer or cares about video games. But if you do, you came to the right place, folks. And it is cold. It's a cold night in Florida. Well, not as cold as the weekend was. It was really windy this past Saturday. So we're on January 31st. So this past Saturday, and then I just stayed indoors and just no life Pokemon Legends Arceus pretty much all day. And then Sunday, I pretty much did the same thing, except it wasn't windy. It was still pretty chilly. But I took a walk to the park, really nice park, and I walked back. I got my steps in, and then I just bought pizza, wings, watched the football game, and then I just slouched the rest of the day. You know how it goes. Actually, I did a really great recording session for the Let's Plot channel, which is shameless plug coming, which is this new channel I've been doing for the past month. It is a Let's Play dumping grounds. So if you missed those good old days of two people commentating while playing their favorite video games, making jokes, just sitting there, whatever, right, trying to beat the game, this is your place. So that's Let's Plot. You'll see the links down below in the Spotify, YouTube. And yeah, if you do like what you see today, hey, hit me up on NikoTheLegend, subscribe, check me out on all the platforms, blah, blah, blah. You'll see the links also down below. I'm pretty much everywhere, and I appreciate your guys' thoughts and your old condom wrappers, and maybe you'll be like Hunter Biden and snorting some Parmesan. If you have any Parmesan, you want to try to get me into snorting it, let me know. Anyway, bad jokes aside, we are talking about my ideal Pokemon game. If I had true creative freedom, which doesn't exist in any sense of the of what I just said, especially if you're developing a game. But if I had the opportunity to at least have, if I was like the creative director, executive, whatever, the one head honcho that it's all depends on me and everybody else does thy bidding. Just kidding. But yeah, if I have creative control, creative director, this is how I would do this ideal Pokemon game. And like I said, I was inspired, been playing a lot of Pokemon Legends Arceus. Great game. You should check it out. I was 50-50 on it, and now I'm not. I'm about 100% all the way. Great game. So it inspired me to do this on how I would, how I would make the game. So we'll talk about that later. So, like I said, we are going to be going through some weird news articles. I try to do this. This stuff is more relatable, I guess you can call it. But what do I know? The channel, I don't know how well the channel is doing, how well the Niko show is doing. I don't know. Whoever's out there listening in or watching me right now, I appreciate it. And, I've been listening to some Coast to Coast radio with, I don't know if you guys are familiar with that. It's a pretty old podcast. I like it a lot because it dives into like the unknowns, mysteries of the world, UFOs, kind of like that, the real creepy stuff that people either talk about a lot but don't believe in, or they don't talk about it a lot and they believe in it, or they don't, like the forbidden knowledge or things they don't want you to know type deal. Who was Art Bell, great guy. I've just been listening to it on Spotify. It's just like a playlist all over the place on time periods or time the episodes were aired or recorded, so it's kind of cool. A lot of neat stuff. So I've been listening to that quite a bit. Big inspiration too, because back in the day there weren't as many popular podcasters, especially in the 90s, maybe 2000s. It started to get, nowadays it's just saturated all the hell. But hey, I could be wrong. There may have been a bazillion Howard Sterns, Rush Limbaughs, and Art Bells. Who knows? Around that time, I didn't care really too much for podcasting, but I kind of wish I did. But I didn't know such a thing really existed. I knew about radio hosts and people, like Howard Stern type platforms, but I didn't know anything like coast to coast wise. I don't even know if that ever made to like the people seeing like inside the studio or the screen, like how you see podcasts, like pretty much what we're doing right now. What I'm doing right now was definitely now not how you could do it back in the day. I think it was just voice recording only, pretty much. And but I'm sure there's plenty of tapes around, plenty of Howard Stern's having sex with porn stars or something. Anyway, that's besides the point. I just made that up, so Howard Stern, don't cancel me. Don't pull Neil Young and try to cancel somebody and then you leave Spotify for good. It's probably for the best. All right. So as I said, we're going to be diving into the news articles, of course, blah, 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 and then we will get into the meat of it all. So I hope you guys are ready. The Niko Show. The episodes just keep coming. That is a lie. They don't just keep coming. They don't just keep coming. They come a week, week and a half, 2 weeks, sometimes even 3 weeks. Shit, man. Life comes at you hard. But I really like doing these episodes once a week. It's just, I just like that feeling of just talking to you guys and just radio silence. White noise, white noise, white noise, white noise. Boom. Okay. So, I just want a disclaimer, this is not a filmed in front of a live audience. Okay, sitcom disclaimer over. That's not how it goes. All right, now, number one, I got these articles from the HuffPost. So, I don't know how many of you really care about that information or even look at this website. So, just 2 articles and then we dive right into it. Okay, so I picked the ones that kind of make me chuckle, and they're short articles, long articles, we'll see. So this first one talks about 2 inmates at German prison fined after mashed potato brawl. I guess you could say Thanksgiving just doesn't work out over there at this German prison. They don't celebrate Thanksgiving. Maybe they're oh. But I give them a round of applause for attempting their own Thanksgiving. It's just really just not getting it, though. Not getting those American customs that I'm sure they love adapting. Okay, so this is a very short one. The women involved in the food fight will have to pay thousands of dollars in fines or stew behind bars a few months more. How do you pay? Here, hold on. How do you pay thousands of dollars when you're already behind bars? Do you have a prison debit card? Is that how it works? I don't know. I've never been in prison. Dude, I guess they just take it. They got to have your social security and undoubtedly your banking information. I don't know how Germany does it. I don't know how it's done in America, but okay. Maybe, or else you just have to take it in the rear 3 more months. From Bubba. So, I'm sure there's, female Bubbas too. Berlin AP. 2 female inmates at a German prison have been served a hefty fine. Well, they've been served hefty mashed potatoes too, to the face, for a brawl that began with the food fight. Maybe they were just, I don't know, a good mashed potato food fight every once in a while. It'd be kind of fun, honestly. Mashed potatoes, you make mashed potato like snowball type, make it into a ball and then just whoo. Maybe you'll put like a little bit of some like brass knuckle or some glass or something, or some razor blades. You can get really deadly with the prison rules. German news agency DPA reported Wednesday that the cellmates at a prison in Augsburg began throwing potato mash at each other following a disagreement. It's probably the most lighthearted, most safe way of dealing with a disagreement in a prison. I don't know how it is in Germany, but it sounds like they got the right idea on that regard. In that regard, then one woman threw her entire plate at the other, who responded in kind. Well, now you're just being rude. It's all fun and games until someone gets hurt. The situation then escalated into a brawl in which both inmates were injured. Okay, it became Mashed Potato Fight Club. DPA reported a court in the southern town of Augsburg sentenced one defendant to pay a fine of 2,700 euros. That tallies into American money of $3,000, $3,045, while the other received a fine of 1,800 euros of $20-30. If they fail to pay, the women can spend another 180 or 120 days behind bars, respectively. 180 or 120? How do they decide that? Well, you see here, how much do we have to deduct from the lunch lady's mashed potato salary fund? That's going to tally into how long you guys have, behind bars. So, those mashed potato bars of soap, and you're not going to be dropping those anytime soon. Yikes. But hey, they could have just kept it friendly and just, had a nice mashed potato food fight. Could have been like the ultimate prison food fight of all time. It had to deal with mashed potatoes. Mashed potatoes, maybe, I wonder what the disagreement was. Maybe they were talking about the potatoes suck, and someone's like, no, they don't suck, and then it just turned into this stupid dispute. I don't even know what disagreements you really have in prison. I'm sure maybe it's just the same as having disagreements in, if you or I were talking, you and I. Maybe it's like that. And, we just got, instead of throwing punches, you got to throw potatoes at somebody, or mashed potatoes. Anyway, so that is that. Hopefully Germany understands that potato lives matter too. Okay? All right. Hashtag potato, mashed lives. Well, I guess they mashed their own lives by doing that and adding to their prison sentence. All right.
Uh-oh, retard alert! Retard alert, class!
Yes, exactly. Now, this next story is a bit on the cuter side and sillier side, I would say. And, sometimes we will go great lengths, great sausage lengths to get a dog back in our arms safely. And we'll do anything it takes, especially in England, in the UK, the great UK, Yay. All right. So dog saved after drone carrying sausage lures her to safety. Isn't that just great? Isn't that just exciting? Fido got to be rescued and fed for a whole week. That's pretty good for me. And no drones were hurt in the process. You think the dog is the thing at stake? I think this is the really expensive drone. Just kidding. Rescuers in England had to get creative when Millie, a Jack Russell Whippet mix, got stuck on mud flats with the tide was quickly rising. So that's pretty scary when you had to make a great escape. A dog was saved last week when someone thawed outside the casing. What? Millie, a 3-year-old Jack Russell Whippet mix, disappeared after slipping out of her leash in Hampshire, England. Hampshire, sorry. I'm American, what do you expect? England. On January 13th, according to a Facebook post by Denmead Drone Search and Rescue, a nonprofit pet rescue group. You know what? I think if I had a drone, I'd just be that's what I would do. I'd just be like a dog or like an animal superhero like that, or a dog superhero, and just use my drone for good, to save lives of the furry canines, man's best friend. Let's do it. It sounds kind of fun. Okay, the group embarked on a 4-day rescue attempt. Well, that's where you lose me. That's now I don't want to do it. But little Millie kept disappearing. What is she, like Nightcrawler from the X-Men? Chris Taylor, the chair of the Denmead Drone Search and Rescue Team, told HuffPost via email. They're probably like, what the fuck? Who the fuck is HuffPost? The situation became severe when the pup was spotted on a mud flat. Is that what we're calling British homes now? With a rapidly rising tide near Emsworth on the UK's south coast. If Millie wasn't rescued quickly, she would be at risk of drowning. Aw, no one would ever want to see that. Everybody's heart would be broken. So, a coordinated effort involving police, firefighters, and other ensued. Definitely the sausage creator companies because they want product placement. But Millie kept on defying rescue efforts. That's when one of Denmead's drone pilots, Dave Pike, came up with the creative solution to attach sausage to a drone in order to lure Millie to safety. I'm telling you, the company that made these sausages, they're probably rolling in fat dough right now. It was a crazy idea, Taylor told The Guardian, but an act of desperation, the drone rescue... Yeah, I see what you did there. The drone rescue team calculated the weight that their vehicle could take in. After quick deliberation, figured out was their best shot. This is seriously like a Disney movie scenario, like Toy Story or something, to rescue Spike, the Slinky Dog or something. This is definitely like a comical approach to the situation if you think about it. Man, sausage party, anyone? One of the local residents on the beach where we were flying from supplied us with the sausages. I think they were from Aldi. Well, Aldi, you're making the papers. Taylor told The Guardian. The woman cooked them up for us and we attached them with a string. Well, if you ever want to do dog fishing, this is the thing to do. Thankfully, Millie took the bait and was coaxed into a safer spot where she could be safely rescued. Oh, look at that little dog. He said, I'm so happy I got sausages in my face. Oh, and this man's not going to put sausages up my butt. Oh, bestiality joke. You gotta love it. Millie was extremely brave, Taylor told HuffPost. She also seemed very happy to see her humans. That's right. Filthy humans. Feed me more sausages. Millie was on her back, licking her owner all over. Taylor said after Millie's little adventure, she was taken to the vet and is completely fine. The rescue group said on Facebook, adding, lots of TLC and rest was the only thing prescribed. And multiple contracts left at the dog's bowl for wanting to get her hired to do the next Disney's Pixar film called The Dog of Sausage Tomorrow. I couldn't think of a name. Anyway, so what do you think? Isn't that cute? So if you're ever in a bind or trying to look for your dog, I mean, a lot of the times food is used to bring a dog back or an animal that was lost its way. And animal senses are way better than human senses. Especially dog noses, they can sniff stuff from multiple miles away, and they can get the scent of something and then just know exactly where to go. It's pretty amazing. Dog tracking is insane. So this is a nice case of how really intelligent dogs can be, honestly. Besides, humans get stuck, animals get stuck in places all the time. I just think this was an awesome solution. Got a filled tummy, and no lives were lost. And like I said, and many companies will make millions of dollars from the next sausage MCU dog universe of movies. Anyway, all right, so there you go. That is our weird news articles for today. So let's get that the hell out of here. All right, how are you guys doing? You still with me? I hope so. Let's get a little bit of some hype going.
You're gonna see what Joey Wheel is all about.
All right, cool. So, like I said, before we get started with the main event, the main meat of this, hi, I'm NikoTheLegend. If you're just tuning in, checking this out, because this will be premiering on YouTube, or you're still listening to me, check me out on all the other platforms. You'll see the links down below. I'm on Spotify, I'm on Libsyn, I'm on YouTube, and then you join the Discord, Twitter, blah, 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 okay? I would love to, get you guys listening to more of this show, and man, it would be awesome to get sponsored for a podcast show. It'd be awesome because getting somewhere on YouTube is a thing in the past. I don't think anybody can get anywhere on YouTube really or make a living. It's really, really, really hard, and you got to get lucky. You got to win the lottery. I mean, that's how it is with a lot of things that you do in life that you're passionate about. You have to just right time at the right place. Honestly, it does work that way. If it's meant to be, it's meant to be. I think it'd be great to get somewhere with podcasting. Of course, I'd probably have to podcast a lot more, so people get that feed going, that consistency. But sorry. Also, getting somewhere with my book would be awesome too. That'd be really great to be I don't have to be a famous author, but maybe a great local author or something. And then boom, I don't care. There's plenty of great musicians out there that play locally, and that's it. And then they get a good kick out of it. Boom. I'm okay with that. Of course, I'd like to make some money or a lot of money. Best book ever made, right? No. Maybe? Wait till you read it. Don't knock it till you try it. Okay, anyway. Now, I hope you guys are ready for this, for the main event. And we are talking about my ideal Pokemon game. So, if you don't know what Pokemon is this pretty insanely popular oh my god, worldwide phenomenon entity. I call it an entity, company, whatever. Pokemon. Anything you think Pokemon, it has been done. TV shows, music, games, all forms of, arts and entertainment. Merchandise. It's like the merchandising. Pokemon has been there. Literally, I think everybody knows what Pokemon is. Like, at least knows what a Pikachu is, right? It's like everybody knows Mario. Everybody knows Mario. So Pokemon is this prolific worldwide phenomenon that many of us grew up with, especially me, back in the 90s when I got Blue version, playing Pokemon Stadium, Pokemon Snap, then all the, other Game Boy Pokemon Game Boy games and so on. And then here we are, about 20-something years later, this game called Pokemon Legends Arceus comes out, and it's finally the first open world, I say that, semi-open world, open world Pokemon game that'll remind you more on the lines of not like a Witcher 3 or something, that type of open world, or Skyrim where it's just one giant landmass, more on the lines of Dragon Age Inquisition where that was semi-open world, or Monster Hunter Stories 2. So if you don't know what those games are, they're really good. I check them out. So I was playing this game, and I still am. I'm going to get to that 100 hours, no problem. We're really close to 50, and it's only been a few days. It's not like I played the game a lot or something. Oh, man. Maybe that's why I haven't shaved in a while. Ooh. Okay, sorry. And this type of game, look, it does a great job. It really does. But I thought to myself, what if we got like a really awesome story-driven Pokemon game? And what do I mean by that? I mean from day one of when, and it's gonna start Ash, okay? Or maybe, okay, work with me. We're gonna use Ash as an example. And I'm kind of just spitballing here as I go, so Nintendo, don't sue me. Yeah. So think of it like you're watching the first episode of Pokemon, where Ash gets up. Ash is the main character. He's always 10 years old. I don't know. He diet and exercise, I guess. Making friends with Pokemon keeps you young forever. And as soon as he wakes up or turns 10 years old, you can become a Pokemon trainer, and then you can go out, be the Pokemon master that you want, catch all the Pokemon, or compete in the Pokemon League by getting all the 8 badges, and then beating the Elite Four, being the best pretty much. And we've gotten many iterations of that from the TV shows, from the video games, and so on and so forth. The video games have done, I say, a fairly, especially the handheld versions, has done a fairly good job, a great job, honestly. I mean, I have countless memories of Pokemon, and many of us do, many of you guys understand where I'm coming from. And it does a great job on making us feel like we are the very best, having the ultimate team of Pokemon, the ultimate 6 bros on our team, and beating the shit out of all the trainers, and then becoming the victorious champion in the end. So we've seen this before, but what I mean is I want something like Dragon Ball Z Kakarot style. I want something like Naruto Ultimate Storm or something, where it's so well choreographed and it does a fantastic job on giving you this like crazy episodic adventure where you're traveling with, I don't know, if like I said, we'll still go with Ash. Ash is traveling with Brock and Misty. You know, you see how in depth each episode is. There's these different storylines going on. There's different Pokemon, and you get to understand. They do a good job making you feel how long it takes from them to get from one city to another. I would like that. Maybe not as like grueling or mundane, but I would like something like that to where the scenes are just like taken straight out of the show pretty much. And I think that'd be awesome. If you do something like a legacy type game, where if it's like Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, you know, where it's just mainly Goku and all of his adventures and stuff, and you go through the history with him. I think it would be cool to do the history of Ash Ketchum, although Ash Ketchum has many flaws. He's usually not the smartest trainer that we've seen, but I still think it would be interesting enough. That's what makes Pokemon is actually surprisingly. If you ever go back and watch the like the Kanto League or the beginning seasons, they're really funny. Like all the way up until the voice actors change, Pokemon it's very entertaining, surprisingly, which I'm surprised. It makes me laugh quite a bit. I didn't used to laugh at this stuff back in the day when I was a kid because I didn't understand the really mature, humorous jokes going on and the such in-depth conversations and storylines. No, but seriously, I didn't get it at first, but now it's just entertaining as hell to watch. It's pretty funny, especially Team Rocket. Team Rocket's hilarious. Like there's some like great witty humor that, you know, it could go into the game. Anyway, so that's what I mean. Like some like episodic journey. And you guys, if you don't know what I'm talking about, check out Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. I mean, Dragon Ball Z Kakarot does have multiple cutscenes where it's choreographed and it feels like it's taken straight from the show. And granted, there are parts where you're just flying around in this big, like semi-open world segment. But I want something, maybe something that really is just like Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm, where there's moments to where you are able to explore, but it's very, very narrative driven. That's what I'm trying to say. Almost like a Heavy Rain, like a David Cage type thing. David Cage, is that his name? Or a Detroit Become Human, which is very narrative driven. I wouldn't want it to be that like making choices like that and railroaded the entire time. But you get what I'm trying to say. Like it's just every scene is so important. It's so well choreographed and serious, funny, and all that. So that's what I'm talking about here. So yes, you would still collect Pokemon along the way. You would still try to get the badges. You would still meet new people along the way. You travel to big cities. But my thing is, and I've talked about this on previous episodes, I want the actual scale of a region like that you see in the show. Anytime they go into the forest, it takes them like a good week to get through. Like I said, I don't want it to be as vast or mundane to get through, but just enough to give you a sense of depth and everything, you know. I know it's making it sound like close to realism, but, you know, we've seen it before. I mean, look at Skyrim and Oblivion. Those games have done it. Fallout. That would be pretty sweet, that amount of depth, but, you know, that you get that per level, right? And then you go to, like, I don't know, like, what's a big city? Like Saffron City or Celadon City, you know, if we're talking about the Kanto region. If you look in the show, if you see in the show, they're huge. They're huge, sprawling cities. That'd be awesome. Like something like that would be so cool. Now, granted, maybe you get as close as you can to the size and scope. I know I'm making this sound impossible, but you know what? Pretty much exactly what you see in the show, I would love to be able to do that. Just have more freedom of exploration or doing side quests, talking to people, customizing my character, eating at restaurants. Or even when you're walking to city, to gym, you know, you're camping out with your Pokemon, with your friends, you know. You're going out adventuring to the woods to capture new Pokemon. You're finding trainers along the way, other trainers, and you're trying to battle them or you trade Pokemon with them. You're getting to know where they're coming from. You know, so it does sound like it's like I want an open world mixed with a very narrative-driven game in a way. But at the same time, I want it to feel like nice and dense, though, like you're in the show. So if they can do that, that'd be awesome. Like that'd be really, really cool. So I guess open world games are my best examples. I mean, if you look at like really well crafted cutscenes or narration, is like Red Dead Redemption 2 does a fantastic job. Witcher does a fantastic job. Uh, Skyrim, not so much. Skyrim is really just all real time. There is no special cutscenes that really honestly play. But I think that's what makes that game so great. But you get what I'm trying to say. But on the same level of like, narration and also like a Detroit Become Human, just nowhere close as being that like that linear though. But you get what I'm trying to say. So I would really like that. It'd be really, really awesome. And okay, if I can't play with friends online, maybe just make it a single player game. I'm okay with that. That's fine. Although Pokemon has always been about, trading with the friends, battling the homies. I understand that. And you could still do that. It'd just be crazy. It'd just be crazy. We're nowadays we're getting games where we can go from like planet to planet or something like No Man's Sky, for example. Or games like Red Dead Redemption 2 where they're so lifelike and it's so Red Dead Redemption 2 is definitely a slow burn of a game because you really do feel like it takes a while to get from point A to point B. And that does throw a lot of people off if you want just a complete action-packed game. I get that. You want it to be more in your face. But with me, I have enough patience to enjoy games like that where it does a great job on reflecting how it would be, real life. It's like traveling on horseback, finding crazy anomalies along the way. I think that'd be fantastic if Pokemon did that as well. Maybe Pokemon Arceus is that, but take pretty much everything in Pokemon Arceus Legend or Pokemon Legends Arceus, but the production value would just be even more insane, pretty much. Where you, like I said, you really feel like you're in the show. So I hope you guys get what I'm trying to say here. I think it'd be awesome to do this, and shoot, you would find ways to like have your own like you go back home. You can customize your room and stuff, kind of like Animal Crossing style, or a little bit more in depth. Sorry, Animal Crossing fans. But you go see your mom, you go see Mr. Mime, having sex with your mom. Hey, I don't make the rules. I just point it out. And you really just feel like you're in this world, just relaxing in your room. You're like, man, tomorrow we're gonna go out and I'm gonna go out and raid this forest. I'm gonna go. You know what? I'm gonna go raid the Team Rocket hideout. I'm gonna go hunt for Team Rocket with my homies or something, and try to prevent them from doing bastardly stuff. Or we're gonna go to Viridian Forest and see what bug Pokemon we can find or something. Like you should have that option. Or hey, I need to get to Saffron City, so let me take the train from what is it? What's city? Saffron to Fuchsia City, is it, or Celadon? I don't remember. But you know what I'm trying to say. Or, you know what? I'm going to go in the Safari Zone. It's just this giant-ass zone. It'd be sick. And you can, you know what? It doesn't, if you can find a way to make it all be seamless to where it doesn't feel like you're going from zone to zone, I think that'd be amazing. I think Pallet Town could be like the central hub. Honestly, it really could. And they would find a clever way for you to get from, like, city to city. You take like some kind of flight taxi service like we've seen before in like Pokemon Sword and Shield, or if you have a Pokemon that just uses fly, you can do it. You can do it, but you would have to get to that place first. And I think it'd be so badass, as nerdy as it sounds. I know I'm like nerding so hard. I'm wearing a Darth Vader and a Mario hat. What do you expect? But I think it'd be really badass that you really feel like you're going on this journey with your homies, and you feel it, like I said, taken straight from the show, and you have to go that distance to get from point A to point B. Like, man, guys, you're in Vermilion City, you got to get to the next city. You're like, man, here we go. This is going to take a while. Like, I want that. I think that'd be really, really cool if you can go with your friends or by yourself, and you literally have to travel as you would if Pokemon was real. Like, at least as close as you can get without it feeling too much of a slow burn. But there's so many things that can happen to you along the way. Like, what Pokemon would you find? Team Rocket coming at you. What trainers you're going to get into? Or do you need to camp out? You need to get food. A lot of these mechanics, like I said, we've already seen in other open world games But just imagine if Pokemon had something like that, it'd be really cool. And they dabble with it sometimes. They do have where you can set up camp in some of the games, or where the worlds are way more open, going around with your homies, taking down other Pokemon and stuff like that. But it's all very staged. It's not seamless though. That's the problem. It's very railroaded, and yeah. But anyway, that's just an example. That's just what I would like for an ideal Pokemon game. So let me just refresh your minds in case I haven't nailed it harder than it already has been. Something very narrative driven, with the same type of production value of like Dragon Ball Z Kakarot with its cutscenes, or Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm. Those do a great job with its cutscenes and presentation quality, execution. Or Detroit Become Human, with like the voice acting, the seriousness of it all, or like the crazy, make it just maybe you could just make it a really fun episodic adventure, not even open world or anything, but they would find a clever way to make it a lot of fun, like boom, like like I said, you're traveling, let's use Ash as an example, you're traveling with Brock and Misty, and you're trying to get all the 8 badges and stuff like that. It'd be cool. It'd be really awesome. Maybe this Pokemon game has job classes or something, where, maybe you don't have to be a Pokemon trainer. Maybe you can be a Pokemon researcher or a breeder or something like that. Or, I don't know. I think it'd be awesome to do that. That sounds more like an open world, MMO type thing. MMO Pokemon would be pretty sick, though, if they did a good job with that. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I can add to this without repeating myself too much. I think I got the point across. It's just something I thought while I was playing Pokemon Arceus, because Pokemon Legends Arceus is on the right track, but when you look, Pokemon Legends Arceus is not going to break any grounds whatsoever with the graphics department, the technical department, not by any means. But it's just a fun as fuck game, and then you get there's. I'm not saying it's just a butt ugly game. There is artistic value to it, especially like the models of the Pokemon and the character and the NPCs and you. But like the environments and stuff, they could do a little bit better. But here we are. And Pokemon Arceus, like, don't get me wrong, it's a really fun game. Like I said, it will remind you of Monster Hunter Stories 2. I mentioned it earlier today. Whatever. So it's Dragon Age Inquisition, where it's semi-open world areas and stuff, and you're free to just go wherever you want as long as the game allows it. It's a lot of fun, and I didn't think it would be this much fun. This is an action RPG. This is the first time Pokemon's like legit going real time, and they did a great job. You know what I noticed about that game? Not to get too off topic, but I'm just gonna add on to this. There are so many things in this game that other games have done. It's just the fact that Pokemon has done it. This is their first time doing it. Like I said, the whole real time aspect of it all, without going into like a stage fight, right? Where and then you're going to a different loading screen or to a different screen, like a staged arena. I'm telling you, this is the first time where they're just fighting Pokemon wherever the fuck you can. Like I said, I think would have been really cool if there was more people walking around out in the world, or people you encounter. But they do a good job. They were clever, and they added a lot of quests in the game to make it feel like these places do have a lot to offer. So I appreciate that sense of illusion. Nintendo's clever, or Game Freak's clever in that regard. But I just want to see like a super high budget Pokemon game. I mean, you got to have the tech for it to handle like Horizon Forbidden West graphics or Elden Ring type looking games or stuff like that, and I get it. But I just, this. There was a few other examples I wanted to make. I just can't think of it on top of my head. But Pokemon Legends Arceus, it gave me that inspiration to come up with my ideal Pokemon game. And maybe we'll actually see that after this, because they're making buttloads of money. This is a spin-off game. And maybe I will see I'm going to wrap this all up right now. Maybe I will see that ideal Pokemon game that I've always wanted. They've been doing something close to it, just in Game Boy form, or that type of play style, but I want to see that in third person, even first person. No, just kidding. Third person, start to finish, get all the badges, beat the Elite Four. I know. And just really feel, like I said, you just feel like you're in the show. I think Pokemon Legends Arceus and Pokemon Sword and Shield probably do the best job for me on making you feel like you're really as close as you can, feel like you're really traveling from point A to point B, and like it's like a legit fun as fuck adventure. Despite what you say about Sword and Shield, I mean a lot of people do like it. It's definitely on my top favorite Pokemon games. Anyway, I digress. I'm just beating around the bush here, trying to milk some time. I had a feeling this episode wasn't going to last for an hour, but I just wanted to let you guys know how I would make my ideal Pokemon game. And you know what? Let me know what your ideal Pokemon game would be. I know everybody wants that realistic aspect of Pokemon where it really, really feels like you're going on an adventure. I'm telling you, Pokemon Legends Arceus does a great job. But take that model and then take everything I mentioned and throw it in together. It's possible to do. You just gotta be clever. You just gotta have the resources. That's ultimately what it's all about, and the space. I think the Switch cartridges. I don't even know how they put Witcher 3 on that Switch cartridge, which is I know the resolution is butthole bad, but they still managed to put this bazillion-hour game on there. Same thing with like Dying Light. Same thing with like Saints Row or so on and so. The Grand Theft Auto trilogy. It's really fucking crazy. Even though those games are old, but they came out pretty piss poor remasters. But that's neither here or there. Anyway, folks, I hope you did enjoy this episode of me just nerding out talking about Pokemon. I can do it all day. There's so much to talk about with Pokemon, and I hope you didn't get tired of me, discussing this stuff because, Pokemon is a lot of fun and I appreciate it. I don't think I'll ever get out of the Pokemon. I mean, shit, I've been playing Pokemon since I was 8 or 9. I'm 32 now. So that just goes to show that I don't think I'm letting up anytime soon. And this game, Pokemon Legend Arceus, is the reason why I'm doing this podcast. So appreciate it, Game Freak. And Pokemon Legend Arceus pretty much just revitalized the fucking, refilled the Pokemon well. Because it was getting pretty damn dry after Pokemon Sword and Shield. Although I really enjoyed those games. But, Pokemon, maybe people could argue, has been having their ups and downs for a while. So this is a breath of fresh air. I'm real happy about it. So anyway, folks, I have been your host, NikoTheLegend, and let me know what you think about your ideal Pokemon game, like I just said. But some eyes. I am the well-mannered changer, the snowflake, rambling idiot, and vigil. And hey, if you want to see me, shameless plugs incoming. I'm on YouTube, Spotify, Libsyn, Twitter, Discord, you name it. And then I forgot to do shameless plugs for my, I kind of did it earlier. I did it for Let's Plop. That is the new Let's Play gaming channel that I've been doing for a month. It is pretty much a collaborative effort of playing games with at least one person and commentating over it. That site is dumping grounds for it, or that YouTube channel. So I hope you guys check it out. Anyway, folks, you take care and have a great day. Pokemon, Pokemon, I just love so much Pokemon in my ass. Oh, that's where we leave.